And now, from Glasgow.
So, hello, welcome to my channel update. I do apologise for not having one last week, just things got in the way. So, what has been happening? To be absolutely honest with you, not a lot. I have been doing a lot of filming on the ET and the Robocop. I've had 2 packs of ET arrive because one was delayed. And then obviously they do a catch up with Fan Home, which is extremely inconvenient. So it should be monthly. But if one pack is delayed, they will still send out the next pack on time. So that will also bring me to my Infinity Gauntlet. The pack for Infinity Gauntlet is late, which means I'll be paying for 2 packs, which means about £300 in part works in a very, very short space of time, around about a month, which I find extremely inconvenient because obviously I want one pack 28 days after the previous one, but also because Robocop has been sitting here for a while because I was 3 weeks in London, and then the next packs arrived, so I have currently got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ETs, and I can't find my Robocops. I've got 2 Robocops. No, Robocop is still due to come, so I've got another 2 episodes. Now the ET I've been squashing together 2 issues per video, and I've got no idea how to do them, how to process them. Before, without having too much in backlog. I might switch some to Tuesday. That will hold me off for the figures. The Wednesday, Eddie Stobart has been delayed, but that's not a major problem because with the awful flooring that we've been given, as you would discover if you've seen the video that came out last week, so I've done 2 alternatives with the floor. Now I have dragged it out a little bit. This coming Wednesday will be an edited version of what I've done with the floor. I'm starting to try to make my videos edited, make them shorter, straight to the point, hopefully a bit more interesting. But next week will be the same video, but it will be the full, what's the posh word, unabridged. Then on the 5th of June, we'll be making a different floor, which will be one made with wood. Excuse me 1 second. But I anticipate that that's going to go over 2 episodes. It's quite a lengthy build. That then brings us to 19th of June. If the Eddie Stobarts haven't arrived by 19th of June, there will unfortunately be a gap. There'll be nothing I can do about it. Thursday, the gauntlets are still delayed because I haven't received the pack. Haven't paid for them yet. Cannot see them coming before I go back. Friday is Lancaster Day. I have completed 1 more Lancaster, issue 6. That's ready to go up. But I want to get a couple of issues behind me. I am working on number 10, just waiting for some other material to come in before I can finish 6, 7 and 8. But number 10 is in the process. I'm making an instrument panel. Saturday still nothing, and then that just leaves it. Right, so this time next week I will be on a train, or have been on a train, or what I actually think is going to happen is I'll be on a rail replacement service. It looks like the engineer working. Now, there is going to be a slight change. I am no longer working in London. That contract has come to an end. They have a new contract in Manchester. So I will be working from Manchester. So everything I've ever said, oh, I'm off to London, I'm coming back from London, blah, blah, blah. The same applies, but the word London is going to be replaced by Manchester. Now, there is only two hitches. First of all of my modelling gear is still in a storeroom in a hotel in London. So I need to go back down to London at some point to pick all of those up. Secondly, we still don't have all the details of Manchester. Now, the rumour is that it's going to be 14-hour days. If that's the case, I will have no time to do anything on the day that I work, but I certainly will not be working overtime. If they want me to do a 70-hour week basic and then do overtime on top of that, they can, how would Terry put it, kiss my ass. So yes, so this time next week I'm off to Manchester. I've got absolutely no idea how it's going to go. And that is pretty much the weekly catch up. I do want to mention a couple of things. First of all, you're not going to see me going live on other people's channels as often anymore. The reason for this is, I don't know, I just don't feel wanted anymore. I feel criticised and I get quite upset about it. It seems to be, sometimes it's only small things. Things that I do are wrong, and they get pointed out by people. And the reason it annoys me is they aren't getting pointed out to other people. So if somebody else does something that's not quite right, they don't mention it. It's not mentioned. And there's encouraging words said. When it's me, it's pointed out that it's wrong. And to be honest with you, I've just had enough. So you're not going to see me on certain people's channels anymore. Simple as that. I will explain one thing about my hobbying. My hobbying is meant to be fun. If I do something and I'm happy with the result, then that's it. If I don't have the exact shade of colour, but it's a nice shade of colour, if I'm happy, that's fine. Half the time, by the time you put a weathering wash over the top, the colour completely changes anyway. So why are we having a discussion on, oh, Penny, you're using the wrong colour of paint? No, I'm using a decent colour of paint. It's not like something is meant to be light green and I'm painting it bright purple. And the other thing is, I do know stuff. But every time I come up with something, people seem to want to double check my facts. And do you know what? I don't feel worthy of giving what I know if all you're going to do is go and fact check everything. You know, it's sometimes I am actually right, believe it or not. I do know some stuff. And I tell you if I know it's definitely true. And if I think it's whatever, I will say, oh, I think that's such and such. And I just get fed up with it. And I'm just, you know what, I've just had enough of the whole situation. I've had people where I've asked to come on their stream and they've gone, oh, I'm sorry, Penny, we're full. And I've watched their stream and they've never been full for the whole stream and they've never ever been full. So that says to me I'm not wanted on their stream. Perfectly good enough when you were new to YouTube and you were using me to promote your channel, but now you've got a little bit out of my channel, you don't want anything to do with me anymore. And there's another guy, I invited him onto my live. Oh no, sorry, I don't do lives. Well, you can see him live just about every night on other people's channels. Obviously my channel's not good enough. If you don't think my channel's good enough, just say, you know, don't take my money on your memberships, on your patrons and super chats and things like that. If you don't think if you think I'm not worthy. You know, it's a little bit hypocritical to me. I've had people who are, well, I mean, I've got one guy who never even acknowledges I'm alive. And then he has the gall to post videos saying about, yes, I dislike videos. I'll be honest with you guys. Every time I watch a YouTube video, if I like the content, I hit the like button. If I don't dislike the content, I hit the dislike button. And so many YouTubers go, if you like my content, hit the like button. If you don't like it, hit the dislike button. Yet when I dislike the video, you end up making videos saying, oh, whoever's hit the dislike button, oh, you're cowardly and you're a troll. Really? Sorry guys, but if you ask me to hit the dislike button because of something because I dislike it, don't complain when I do. Anyway, while we're in the ranting mood, I'm ever so sorry, the cat keeps coming across, I keep putting him back. Yes, I feel horrible, but he's going to do it again. Will you go and lie down, mister? Please. I've been quite grumpy with them today. I've had Spirit jumping on there. At one point I had to grab her and throw her out. Yeah, look, right, so the next thing I want to talk about, absolutely nothing to do with modelling, but it's kind of ground my gears a little bit. The second thing, I'll tell you about it, but I kind of might be changing my mind on it. So last week, my absolute favourite TV programme, Doctor Who, dropped. What a pile of poo. So I have been aware that for the last few series, do you mind, mister? You aren't giving up, are you? You are not giving up. You're on TV now, look. Hello, everybody. Yeah, so I've been aware that for the last few series, they've become a little bit more woke aware, and BBC seems to have this equality agenda, and I'm aware that it's very hard to get a job on a film or on a programme of the BBC if you're a white straight male, and that's fine. But to be honest with you, I don't think it had affected the overall quality of Doctor Who. There were some really good storylines in there, and Jodie Whittaker, when she was Doctor Who, I don't think she was let down by the fact that she was female. I think she was just let down by the fact the scripts were bad. They were badly written and they weren't made very well. And as a result, her performances weren't as good as they could be. But she herself was absolutely brilliant, I thought. Really, really good Doctor Who. I like Jodie Whittaker as an actress. Best thing, if you haven't seen it, look up on the BBC, I think it might have been BBC, it's a programme called Trust Me, where she plays a nurse, and that's all I'm going to say. Absolutely watch it. It's such a real dilemma. She does something bad, but for a good reason, and you leave yourself thinking, well, it was bad. It's actually against the law. But was it a bad thing? Because it's, Anyway, so this new Doctor Who, I've forgotten his name, but basically Doctor Who is now played by a black gay man. Absolutely no issues with that. If he has acting ability, I don't care. But they seem to have made Doctor Who a gay black man, not Doctor Who. Now, okay, some of you might be arguing, well, that's what he is. He's a black gay man. But you got to remember, the black gay man is an actor playing the part of somebody. Now, everyone who's ever played Doctor Who has played a character and they've developed that character. It seems like this, what's his name, Rudy Gatwa, something like that. It seems to me that he has just played himself. He is the Doctor is him, rather than a portrayal of a Doctor Who. And I'm not really happy with that. Second episode, what was it called? The Devil's Chord. Really loved the concept. I suppose you could get away with the villain being played by a drag queen. I'm not sure on that one. But they've turned them into musicals now. If I wanted to see a song and a dance, I'd watch Willy Wonka, or I'd watch The Greatest Showman, Chicago. You know, Doctor Who isn't a West End musical, but it seems to be the way they're heading. And I did say I wasn't going to watch any more, and then I watched this episode, and I think there is hope. The only thing is, the first 2 episodes were written by Russell T Davies, and who I see as some kind of Lord and Saviour of Doctor Who. Without him, Doctor Who wouldn't be around. But I think he's ruined these first 2 episodes of Doctor Who. And then the 3rd episode was written by Stephen Moffat, and it looks like Doctor Who might be returning to some normality. You might disagree with me. I know some people were really put off by recent Doctor Who's for whatever reason. And you have to remember that certain storylines appeal to different people in different ways. I remember a few seasons ago, the Rosa Parks episode, some people said that was not right to include that, but I quite like the historical elements, so they were bringing us the story of Rosa Parks, and I thought they did it quite well, and I thought that was a really good episode to bring. Likewise, some people say, oh, this is the best episode of Doctor Who ever, and I'm like, you know, I saw it as a bit of a knock on modern corporations, and they seem to do that quite a lot. Modern corporations are rubbish, but that's Doctor Who for you. Now, last week was Eurovision. Now, I don't normally bother with Eurovision, but it did kind of wind me up a little bit. So here's my take on it, and I'm ever so sorry, I'm doing a live, as live. Don't care if anybody complains that I'm smoking. I really don't. So, Eurovision. Eurovision is like a big gay event. There's similarities between the LGBT world and Eurovision. And Eurovision is all about peace and unity across Europe and Australia. It's all about inclusion, and it's one big party for everybody. LGBT, Pride, it's all about unity, one love, bringing people together in a nice, safe environment. You know, the two are linked, and so it should be one big party of safe unity, everyone's equal, you know, and it's a nice, safe environment. And then this song comes on. And the girl singing this song, she can't help where she's born. I'm no doubt she's not a bad person. She just wants to get on and sing her song and do her best for her country. But because she was born in Israel, the whole stadium booed her. Now you tell me where that comes under the category of one love, equality, a safe zone. Apparently she's had death threats. And this is all from within the LGBT community. Safe environment, my arse. I'm sorry, guys, if that's what the LGBT community is like. I don't want nothing to do with it. So, anyway, guys, I'm getting off my high horse now. So, yeah, that's basically what's been happening. And what will happen, I will be honest with you, probably not an awful lot. I'll be moving into a new hotel. I might pick up myself a couple of starter sets. I can't even do that because I won't be able to film them, because all my camera gear and everything is in my bag. Now I will be having one trip to Manchester to try and get my stuff. The dilemma that I have is, during my days off, I can either jump on the train from Manchester to London and go and get what I can, but that's going to take 2 trips. I've got that much stuff, I can't do it in one trip. For about the same price as 2 return tickets, I might be able to go and hire a car, drive it down to London, and I could probably get everything in roughly a day. The third alternative is for me to take my own car. Now my car is trying to work out how old my car is now. My car is now 18 years old. Every time I go to London, it gets left sat under a tree for 3 weeks, and I come back and I start my car up, and it always starts, and I thank the great Lord above. I don't question it. I don't know how it starts after being sat there for 3 weeks, but it does. So that in itself says it might be reliable, but it's an old car. Also, I won't get any mileage expenses for go. They're going to buy a train ticket for me. An alternative view is it might be the best time to take my car, because the train journey from Glasgow to London should be 3 hours, and it's going to be 4 hours because there's engineering works and there's going to be a rail replacement. So I'm going to be going by coach anyway. And I actually hate public transport, especially long distance, because invariably there will be some, I'm going to sound so entitled now and I don't mean to, there will be some screaming kid, there'll be some drunk people being rowdy, there'll be some guy in the seat next to me that takes up far too much space, and he'll be in his chair like this and I'll be squashed against the corner like this. The toilet is usable on a coach, and the trains are quite good. But at least in my car I can stop and start whenever I want. I can put the music on that I want. I can leave what time I want. And I think I'm talking myself into taking my car. Oh, by the way, guys, I had a haircut. Not 100% happy with it, but I think the fringe is all over the place. But it's so much better than the last. Did I tell you about the last haircut I had in London? I'd lost my way mentally since I lost my cat, Nymeria, which was a long time ago, I'll admit. And I really had lost my way mentally. And I just kind of went, right, okay, I'm going to have to get myself sorted out. And I found this hairdresser in London, a couple of doors down from the hotel. And they weren't very expensive, and it was a Russian lady, really nice lady. Maybe I should have taken the Eurovision approach, because she's from Russia, and Russia is led by a supposed evil person, and Russia are doing evil things. Maybe I should have booed her and thrown things at her and called her horrible names. But no, just because she's from Russia doesn't make her a bad person. Anyway, so she said to me, it's really nice to have an English person or an English speaking person as a customer, because she's come over to this country to learn English, and there's a few of them there that are Russian speaking, so they just speak Russian all day, and it's defeated the whole object of her learning English. So I thought, yeah, this is a good start. And I told her my brief about my haircut. I said I want it cut, so I want it short, I want it off the fringe, I want it softer, a bit more feminine. So at the end of the day, if people stop calling me sir, and maybe if just one of them can call me ma'am, that would be really, really nice. And I was going through a phase of all the drivers were all referring to me in the masculine, and it got so bad I even reported one of them because I just had enough. So there she is cutting my hair, and about halfway through, bearing in mind I take my glasses off when I have my hair cut, so I can't really see anything until I put them back on. But halfway through the cut, she's spraying something on, and she's going, oh, I love the smell of men's parfum. That's how she said it. And I didn't really bat an eyelid too much over that one, because, you know, the gender boundaries these days are a little bit blurred, aren't they? Men wear nail varnish, women have short hair, and and they wear trousers, and so there's a little bit, where is the gender boundaries these days? And then towards the end of the cut, she's talking to me, she's asking me about my wife and do I have children, and I'm like, I'm not married, and when I had a look at my haircut, really, really, really nice haircut. If I was a male stockbroker working in London with a suit on, and I just cried. It really was not what I was after. But at least this haircut, it does look a bit better. Just I have had a bit of a kip this afternoon, but it's not quite. So do you know what? I'm trying to do it in the mirror, in a reversed, and I'm going left and right, so wrong. But it is much better. I have noticed I've got more grey coming in. Grey doesn't really bother me. I'm 52 years old. I've just turned 52, by the way, guys. 13th of May was my birthday. Some people know, some people don't. What was that, a week ago? Yeah, it was a week ago tomorrow. I don't feel any different. I had an awful birthday. I worked long hours, and then I just came straight home and went to bed. And to be honest with you, that was an alright birthday. But then I'm a Gen Xer, so I'm happy alone. That's funny thing is, like I say, I'm happy on my own, and people go, oh no, you should go out and meet people. And then I'm watching like loads of videos about, apparently it's all kicked off with Gen Xers, and apparently this new generation have pissed off Generation X, and it's all kicking off. And one of the things they're saying is about Gen Xers have always been on their own. So bear with me one sec. So my apologies for that. I did have someone at the door, but I managed to sort that out. Listen, guys. Anyway, I'm coming to the end of the video anyway. Yeah, guys, that is my update. So coming next week, I'll tell you what's coming next week and what might be. This week, and what might be coming. Monday, we definitely have an ET coming. Tuesday, I think it might be best if I pop another ET in, because we haven't got any figures. Wednesday is going to be the first stage of the Eddie Stobart trailer floor update. So that's going to be doing the I've forgotten the name of it, phenolin, something like that, some kind of rubber coating. Thursday there is nothing. Shall we pop in another ET? Let's pop in another ET for Thursday, just to give ourselves some content, and that will help reduce the number of ETs. So this is pretty much, and I tell you what, while we're at it, might as well put one in on Friday. So let's have 4 ETs. Let's make sure I've got enough. I don't want to overdo it, do I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we should do 4 ETs this week, and then we'll go back to the RoboCop ET alternating, and we'll see how it goes. And if I've done too many ETs, I'll just have to do some extra RoboCops. We'll just see how it goes. Right, guys, so that is it then. I am working on some things. Next week I've only got 2 days off, and one of those is a travel day. So 2 days off. No, I've got 1 day off on Wednesday. Thursday. Saturday is my packing day. Sunday I'm off to Manchester. After that, I really don't know what I'm going to be doing for. Hopefully they'll have some kind of computer system in Manchester, so I'll know what I'm doing in advance. But basically, I'm going back to the great unknown again, and until I get myself into some kind of circuit, I won't know what's happening. So guys, take care, and I hope you have an absolutely wonderful week. Bye-bye.